Good evening, everybody. What's happening? Are you ready to look at some comic book stuff? Just waiting for my Twitch dashboard to tell me that everything's broadcasting okay. Whoa, let me look at my phone. Trying to get some of my friends who are hunks to come hang out on the stream. This is a good place to hang out if you're an internet hunk or a hunkette. Don't want to disparage. Oh, I wish I had a button I could just press on my phone and automatically disable auto lock and turn on Twitch chat. That would be really helpful, but instead I have to do it all by hand. Hey, is there a hunk in my chat? This is a safe place. Safe place for hunks. Twitch says I'm offline, but says my streaming configuration quality is excellent. So confused. Says it's excellent. I don't know, man. So let's do some excellent stuff. Hey, look at that. Here we are. If you're quick, you could look at all my tabs. Alright, let's finish this thing up. Do some fun stuff. My desk is covered in broken pens. Excuse me. Yuck. So, Mr. Blasto, what's happening? I don't know if yeah, I wish this was a real merit-based society where I could draw a piece of fake Star Wars fan art and really be appreciated as an artist. Shoot, this is almost done. I did a lot more stuff on this the other night, I'm realizing now that I'm looking at it. This is how bad my eyes are. I was looking at the chat and I thought you wrote hashtag nude burp. Like nude tain. I don't think nude tain or nude burps are suitable for work, my friend. This is a work stream. Working in my basement. I'm gonna try not to choke on my tea. Oh, Jesus. Tell Kim that anytime she tell her anytime she sends me a message on Facebook, my phone falls off my desk. Space Mars, what's happening, man? Oyster smiling. That sounds crazy. Space Mars is hunk number 2, all up in my chat. Come one, come all, internet hunks. What are we gonna do? We gotta finish this thing up. The save skit. Well, you can see how I pay attention to only the choicest quotes. I'm not a Tim and Eric mega fan like you. I haven't even watched the most recent what are they called? I haven't watched the most recent bedtime stories. I'm remiss. Yeah, Raushi, you haven't seen these. First, this is the last page in progress. Progress. Where did I put? Oh, I thought I had a fog layer in here, but I have the line art all separated so there can be cool fog between Pumpkin Man and the skeleton Necro Lord. It'll be good. The glue. Yeah, I know, man. There's glue everywhere. I've heard tantalizing tales about it. No, actually, Kevin, tell Kim she can continue sending me Facebook messages because it'll make life more exciting for me if I'm diving to save my phone from falling off its tiny little perch. It'll be a dynamic evening. I don't want Kim to feel like she has to change her lifestyle just to suit my internet habits. That would make me feel strange. I don't want to be that kind of friend. Like some domineering jerk. Internet jerks. Then the hunks won't want to hang out. Cougar, what's going on, dude? Cougar. What's happening, man? This is where the hunks hang out. Welcome to the hunks room. Well, it's perfect because cougars love hunks, right? Coogster. the Cougulator preparing to commit cougicide. You're smelling hunks plural, let me tell you. Between the Coog musk, Cablasto musk, and Space Mars musk, it's getting pretty deep. But yeah, man, welcome aboard. Thanks for joining us after office hours for this official pumpkin party. Hunk musk. It's thick in the air. Oh man. There's some really nice ambiance here tonight because Marlene just baked cookies for I think the third night in the row. She's been making cookies like a crazy person for work stuff, and it's awesome. It's non-stop cookie party in this house. Butts and cigarettes. Nah, man, you're smelling chocolate chip cookies. That's the other telltale smell of a hunk. Secret hunk musk. Oh shit. Don't you hate it when you deselect a marquee at the inopportune time? Am I right? Yeah, sorry. Sorry for my loud mechanical keyboard. It's just so precise. Maybe someday when I get to be an internet art big shot, I'll have $100 to drop on a quieter mechanical keyboard, and then I can be precise and silent, and nobody will complain ever again, and I won't feel embarrassed. Will that satisfy you? Yeah, it might be. It's this Rosewell bad boy. You know, I didn't know anything about mechanical keyboards other than them being mechanical when I picked it up, and then I realized it's like a real clacker. Once I got out of the box, it's kind of embarrassing, but you know, you learn. Then I learned there's like all sorts of varieties of mechanical switches on your keyboards. So, you know, you try to be pro, but then you turn into a nub. What can you say? What can I say? Yeah, it is super clacky, but it's like I'm leading a drum circle in my basement. Dash keyboard has a silent variety. Clacks mean it's good. Clacks mean you mean it. Yeah. It takes a real hunk to press these keys. Not just any feeble finger tipper can tip and tap. You gotta really clack it up. Hey, Letter Shop, what's happening? Thanks for the return visit. We're just talking about what it's like being a hunk on the internet and having a loud keyboard. What to do, hunk demographics. What to do when your house smells like chocolate chip cookies. Thank you for hanging out. I did turn on notifications for when you stream, so as long as I'm not asleeping because you're on the wild and crazy West Coast time, I will look forward to checking it out sometime. I want to soak up the secrets of hand lettering, the magics of calligraphy. So, tablet I'm using. This is a good day for me, just like picking stuff up and showing it to the camera. I'm just using this Intuos 4. It's oh, this is perfect. I can read the back of it. It's Intuos 4 PTK 640. You know, it's. I think I made sure. I don't know how they make them these days, because I know they're onto like above the 4s, and some of them have Bluetooth connectivity where you can do them in like wireless mode or battery free. If you're getting a tablet, make sure you get one with a. They might all have removable USB cables, but make sure you're getting one with a cable that comes out and doesn't plug in and doesn't have an inborn cable. Because if the cable breaks and you have to replace your tablet, that sucks. I some like the Intuos 3's had that. And that was a pain in the butt. Oh man. Yeah, being sick and streaming. I can't imagine that is going to be a good combination. Especially if you're like doing computer stuff out of some dank and dark basement like like this. I'm hoping to get some green fabric soon, so you guys don't have to see the shed lifestyle going on behind me. It's a little bit. It feels a little bit like Hobo Town. And then I think it was like 2 weeks, or no, it was earlier last week, where I think I'd finished streaming and it was at like midnight, and I was like, this was awesome, that was great. I bet I could build a sound booth in my basement. And I was thinking about how involved it would be to put up like a little partition down here with some foam and stuff. And it's the kind of thing where it sounds very fun to do, but I don't think I will do it unless I keep doing this for like another say 4 months or something like that. I really need to stay on it to justify throwing some wood and sawdust down here, but it'd be fun. We're doing a bunch of like office fiddling around, making the workspace at work a little bit nicer with like putting up some partitions and stuff, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, I could do that. I could totally do that in my basement. let me just build some walls, and that way we don't have to listen to the furnace turn on every 20 minutes. Yeah, dude, I figured I could get some, like green screen stuff, chroma key green. Then I can like do a little dance, like dancing on the beach. You guys will think I'm at the beach. It'll be really cool. Or I could hang out. I could have some outer space behind my head. That would be pretty awesome too. I'd be like hanging out, drawing in space. Oh yeah, Johnny, like the Cintiq stuff. They are cool. It's the kind of thing. So I feel like. So here's like my story with Cintiqs and whatnot. I have one at work. I use one at work, but I still have the tablet at home, and I don't miss the Cintiq. I don't miss the drawing on screen while I'm at home. So I guess like what happened, I was, everybody talks about like Cintiqs. It's like, oh, it's the bee's knees. You get to draw on the screen. Everybody and their mother is like freaking out about it, and you hear about this stuff for years, and you think, man, it's like $2,500 or $2,000 for this monitor. Essentially, is it really that good? It's got to be good. Everybody loves it. Yeah, it's Perturbator again. I'm just. Cablasto knows the secrets. I'm trying to sort out like what the hell I can do for music stuff that doesn't always get flagged for copyright violations on YouTube, and Perturbator is good music. And also I'm trying to figure out what's music that I can listen to that isn't going to get flagged all the time, that is also good or I enjoy listening to. And mostly I like just listen to music, and then if YouTube yells at me, I retire it from my rotation right now. So far Perturbator is nice. I hope it stays nice, but it's going to be an evolving thing. But so at work they're like, we're getting some Cintiqs, do you want one? And I was like, yeah, I'll try it. It's got to be like the coolest thing ever, because everybody's been freaking out about it for years. And honestly, it's like, it's good, but for me it's like a pros and cons thing. So it is nice to be able to draw directly on the screen, and you don't have any hand-eye coordination separation between what you're doing and what your input is and what you're seeing on the screen. But a big con for me, as weird as it sounds, was my hand is in the way now. So I feel like for a while it slowed me down, in that like the nice thing about being on a tablet, and if you get accustomed to the separation between like what you're doing and where you're seeing it happen, is you essentially have like a see-through hand. And it's like, you think about having, all right, like a 20-inch workspace, or maybe 21-inch diagonal or something. You stick your hand up in front of it, and now I can't, like, I have to look around it to see what I'm doing. And that was actually kind of a pain in the neck for a little bit. I still don't love it. But also I don't, when I go home to do work like this, I'm not like, oh my god, I can't believe I have to use this poor man's Intuos 4. I feel like such a pauper. That's not the case. I mean, Cintiq is nice. The Intuos 4s are also nice. It's just kind of like, you just get used to working with what you're working on. But I've always heard stories about like people that they use the Cintiq, and then once they try the Cintiq, they can never go back to using a tablet. That's not. I'd say that it may be like a large exception, it might be common, but it's not necessarily the rule. So don't feel bad at all about, you know, dropping a few $100s instead of a few thousand on a decent tablet, and not worrying about your workflow suffering. So yeah, but honestly though, the hand-eye coordination stuff, you get used to it. It's just, if you spend a bunch of time with it, I mean, like even working on a Cintiq is going to be a little bit strange, because there's always going to be like a little tiny little bit of offset as far as like, here's the tip of my tablet, and somewhere around a radius of there, that's where the cursor is. It's never going to be perfect. You'll get used to it, but it's the same kind of thing. But yeah, having like my arm up to draw on a screen does like different things for, you know, my work posture, which one of the things I like about working at home with my tablet on the table is like, it's pretty neutral posture. Like, it's the closest thing I can be to like having my arms down at my sides. So I don't know, man. It's definitely kind of, you know, whatever you need to do, whatever you feel comfortable with. And if you've got the coin to drop on a Cintiq and that's something that you want to do, it can be worth it, you know. But I feel safer about me having like a broken Intuos 4 and replacing that than I would, you know, a Cintiq that breaks, because that stuff, the stuff doesn't last forever either. It's gonna break eventually. You just hope it's not until you sell it to somebody else or something. It's a tough proposition. Look at these skeletons. They're ready to party. So simple. They've only got like 2 colors. We gotta do the lines next. That's always tedious, but highly worth it. I remember today I forgot to post page 7 to the website again, so I'll probably do that. I'll try to remember to do that tonight. That's alright. You guys are getting the sneak peek anyway. You get to sit and watch and see the stuff before it even goes live. That's how cool you are. You're my internet pals. Only the realest hunks get to watch this stuff live on the internet. What is this, like, purple glob? I don't even know what that is supposed to be. I might just delete it. These guys. That's what I want to see. Yeah, I think it'll be exciting trying to stream while I have a cold, because then my nose is going to be really loud if I'm sniffing. Yeah, there's the Apple Pencil iPad. There's also some decent third-party stuff. It can be kind of tricky to order, but there's maybe they've improved it. There's this tablet called, or by this Chinese outfit called Yi Nova. I'm actually going to type it out in the chat real quick. Yi Nova. So if you guys were curious, you could look up some Yi Nova. I can't even say it. Yi Nova reviews, and there's this guy who I can't remember his name, and I don't want to like just pop a name out because I'll wind up like attributing it to the wrong person. But there's an artist, a digital artist, who does a lot of tablet reviews and things and hardware reviews, and he has some pretty good comprehensive Yenova reviews out, and I think the consensus on those is it's not as good as a Cintiq, but also not that bad. And I think you can get those for, I think, like $700 or $800. They might have adjusted the price in recent history, I don't know, but those are worth looking at if you're looking for a third-party something, and you weren't, and you didn't want the Nike, essentially, the Nike of tablets. But I've heard those are good. Actually, my buddy Tom, aka Smo, used to have one, or he has one, and I think he was getting some good mileage out of it. So it's got some different features than Wacom stuff. Even just like little small things, like there's no battery in the Cintiq or Intuos tablets, but the Yenova ones have a battery. Even the Apple Pencil has a battery, which is kind of like, why can these guys do battery free and everybody else needs a battery? It might be patented, which honestly makes a lot of sense. But just like a small convenience thing. Schmo. Yeah. Schmo. Good friend of mine. Cool animator dude. Has spent a lot of time and research thinking about those things. But there's options. Yeah, the Apple Pencil combo looks kind of cool. The doing like a Windows Surface Pro, I think, has been like a decent option for some people too. And that's, gonna wind up being maybe half the cost of like a large Cintiq, which is kind of decent. What am I doing? Yeah, it's just that price tag is insane. Boggles my mind a little bit. It's not going to keep me up at night, but still freaky. And I've had friends that have done work with some of the smaller Cintiqs, like, I can't remember how large they are, but like the $900 ones or $1,100 ones or whatnot, and I think those are fine too. It's just as long as you don't need a large work area, which I think really honestly you don't in digital half the time, because your workspace is scalable. I think my first tablet that I had was I think it was something like a 11 by 14 Intuos 3. It was large. I think I can't remember exactly the full dimensions of it, but it was too big. What I thought when I was getting it, I was thinking, oh, this will be cool because I like drawing on large pieces of paper or whatever, or like a large surface, and this is gonna be a lot of active area, whatever. But I was traveling a lot, and I used to have to fit this giant tablet in my bag, and that was a pain in the neck. And that was one that actually had the baked-in USB cable, and I carried it so often in my messenger bag and on planes and stuff and buses that I broke the cable where it connected to the tablet, and the connectivity would go on the fritz every now and then, and I'd have to fiddle with that, and that was tedious. And even too, like, I used the thing for like 3 years, and on this like 11 by 14 whatever active area, there was like the size of like something the size of like a business card, or like this area, which like this is what I used, where everything else like was pristine except the that center of the tablet was worn out. You can even see it maybe on my tablet here, where it's like the active area on this is maybe less than, it's maybe less than like an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, but I don't know if you can actually see it on the camera. Everything happens here in that, you know, like 3 by 4 inch space. So unless you're somebody who's like, and I move my arm around a lot too. I'm not doing a lot of like tiny fiddly knuckle movements and stuff. I feel like it's a rare person who's going to be using like the full giant tablet for the full size of it. I don't know. I could be deluding myself. Never can tell. Don't mind Pete, he's just delusional. The Death Lord's forehead. Yeah, he probably needs a couple more little shiny sparkles on his forehead wrinkles. Now that you mention it. Catch this. That little rumple. That's good. Better. Yeah, he should look really, really shiny and damp. That's a good necromancer. Drink some tea. So imagine how cool it would be to have like one of those. Have you guys heard about those like channels people do in Korea where they'll just like eat a bunch of fast food, or they'll eat a bunch of food in front of a camera, and it's like a phenomenon. Like could that even exist outside of that context? I don't know. Just imagine I could be sitting in my basement right now with you guys, just like pounding ramen and cupcakes, and that would be the entire content of the broadcast. That'd be awesome, right? Yeah, maybe while playing StarCraft. This is starting to sound like my other favorite weird internet show phenomenon, which was I think it's on. There's archives of it on YouTube of this dude who had this public access show. It might have been in LA. They must have used to write about it on Boing Boing or something. But you got to look it up, or I may look it up and post in the chat because it's hilarious. But it was like exercising while painting and making mixed drinks TV, and it was this dude in a business suit, and he would stand on a treadmill or like an exercise bike or a Stairmaster while like working on a painting, and then he'd also have like a blender and oh, Devin, you could do tell you what, Devin, you do some ASMR broadcasts and I'll tune in later and we can talk about that. But yeah, you could have exercising while painting and making mixed drinks ASMR stream. That would be awesome. Everybody would go nuts. And so this guy would be, you know, covered in paint, covered in like orange juice and smoothies, and he'd have like blue green latex gloves on, and he's like sweating and like about to have a heart attack. And then they would have people call in to the show, and people would just get on the phone to them and scream out like expletives as quickly as they could before they got cut off on the line. It was really, really good. And there's a bunch of them too. They did a bunch of episodes. I wonder what those guys are up to these days. It's got to be awesome stuff. If they're still around. ASMR stream. Space Mars. Food porn, yeah. It was kind of... Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, dude. You gotta work on those necromancers. They need all the love they can get. That's the kind of thing where if I'm thinking of going back and adding some more to Halloween Forever, and the necromancer is already the final boss, but if I add additional levels, I'm probably gonna have you fight him again, but do like the true form thing. So I'm really excited to do like the leveled up, maxed out necromancer. See how that goes. Micromancer, man. Yeah, no, I will plug your game, Raushi. You guys should all look up Micromancer, look up Radmars, and look up Micromancer, because Space Mars made this really cool game with his team for one of the previous Ludum Dare challenges. It's this really nice, tiny necromancer real-time strategy thing where you're converting corpses into little followers. It's really super fun, and those guys really knocked it out of the park for a 3-day thing. Just saying. There's a shameless plug for you. You don't have to yell at Space Mars. You could ask politely. Make sure you call up Space Mars on the phone, and in an ASMR voice, ask him to finish it up. We should adopt ASMR conference call etiquette. That would be really cool. Just like a bunch of people in a room, like murmuring and whispering at each other and trying to get work done. Trying to sound like a baby cat. Micromancer. Chat's blowing up. I think I have links disabled in the chat. Sorry guys, you can't share it there. I can't have people posting weird stuff. That's like my one step of content moderation is just don't put weird stuff in the chat, guys. Just don't do it. I don't want to freak people out. Yeah, dude, thank you. Yeah, Jim Sterling is a solid dude for finding and talking about Halloween Forever in his itch.io Halloween recap. That really warmed my heart. My heart hole felt really nice and warm. ASMR is Kablastos Kryptonite. This is going to be good. I can't wait to discuss it in length tomorrow. The cockles, yeah. I didn't want to say that because it was kind of funny. But yeah, Jim Sterling warmed the cockles of my heart. Yeah, it's a weird, funny story, Johnny. Maybe not even that funny, but just weird. But some dude made like a Twitter account that was impersonating me with the intention of it looked like if you didn't know my Twitter account and you went to it, it looked like my account, even like the name was super similar, but they spelled it like Peter I Lazarski instead of Peter Lazarski, so it was a capital I so it looked like my name. But this guy did it because he was like using it to troll Jim Sterling, and it was like a really weird connection where I don't know if he just was looking at people's games that he had reviewed favorably and was like, all right, cool, I'll make my account look like this guy, so Jim Sterling thinks that Pete Lazarski is getting back at him, and that'll get him. And it was it was a weird afternoon, essentially. It all went away in a day, but a good internet Samaritan found it and was like, yo, is this your account? I don't think it is, because it looks strange. And I was like, no, that really isn't me. Man, it's like 12:30 a.m. and we just got back from a work party at the bar, and I'm not really equipped to think about this right now. Let me deal with this in the morning. So it was an interesting educational morning, being hungover and learning about Twitter's impersonation policy guidelines and the difference between impersonation and parody on Twitter, which luckily the account in question fell under impersonation, which is not viable. But this guy could have kept his account if he said this is a parody account. But anyway, it was funny. It got everything back onto Jim Sterling's dashboard for a minute, and it was really dumb. We were like apologizing to each other. I'm like, sorry, this isn't me, and he's like, I'm sorry, this isn't your problem. This guy has been like bugging me all summer or whatever. We shouldn't have dragged you into this. And we were just apologizing back and forth, and it was just like a really funny day on the internet, where then like everybody that knows Jim Sterling stuff on Twitter was like, yeah, look at that guy, look at the bad thing that this person did, we gotta get him everybody. And probably had like maybe 30 or 40 other people reporting the fraud account just for, it was kind of a hop on pop moment. But then the cool thing was Notch tweeted at me, which will probably never happen again, but it was cool because there was somebody said something about, wouldn't it be funny if the account was actually made by Notch, and he was just going to do this like grand unveil, like unzip the mask and Scooby-Doo moment happens, and he actually replied to it, and my name was in the tweet, and that was cool. It was like my big senpai noticed me moment of the fall. Yeah, so yeah, Johnny, it's the kind of thing, like, I don't know if it was literally the Digital Homicide guy or like a fanboy of theirs, but that was definitely the connection, and that's like how I essentially learned about all this stuff, because on like the Twitter account there was all this stuff in there like Jim Sterling's a butt and Digital Homicide rules, and I'm like, all right, what's Digital Homicide? So I looked it up, and it was, I don't think I've ever had like a more educational morning while hungover, so that was cool. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about internet, just internet in general. It was cute. Notch, he's a small divot in a wooden plank. He's a cool Swede man. A cool Swede man. He bought Jay-Z's house before Jay-Z could buy it, and that was the internet talk. I heard he has a jelly bean room in his house. Can you believe it? Jelly beans everywhere. He could sit in his jelly bean room and listen to ASMR videos on repeat. What a dream. Jay-Z. You know Jay-Z. It's Beyonce's husband. You know, man. The music The music people. What a yucky face. JC. Dude, look it up. Look up ASMR on YouTube. You're probably going to be like really underwhelmed. It's not. Mostly it's like people whisper, and then people claim that they get off on hearing like a whispery voice. And so there's like a culture of ASMR content providers who are just making like whisper videos on the internet, and people are getting their fancies tickled by it. I'm not gonna judge. Just, you know, it's cool. It's unconventional. It's resourceful, I think. Clearly, it's a hot topic of conversation. I couldn't hate it more. See, I love how I can imagine how it's totally an internet thing too, right? Because like how would that have existed like years ago? You would have had to call like an ASMR hotline and or like a dialing service where somebody leaves you like a ASMR voicemail. You know? I just love the thought of it. Like, practically, how would that have happened? It's such an internet thing. Couldn't have existed before 2004. The internet brings people together so they can whisper at each other. It's a nice thing. Does an indie... It's your steampunk. Hang on, I gotta get caught up on this. Some pretty lady talking about Christmas ornaments. Yeah, I'm waiting for the steampunk ASMR, and that's gonna... My mind will implode. I don't think I'll be able to get out of bed. Fucking cougar. So Johnny's asking about... No, dude, ask questions. This is cool. Having an engaged, lively chat makes this stuff go a lot more interestingly for me. So Johnny's asking, should a indie game dev have a publisher for the sake of... So I mean, it's the kind of thing where, what would you be looking to a publisher for? If like, are you just looking for, you know, essentially publishing support, or are you looking for marketing, like you're saying? It's really a tough question. I feel like most people that I talk to, or most people that I've like talked to from, you know, so at Workin' Man we showed Death State in the Indie Mega Booth in PAX East, and once you've done a Indie Mega Booth show, you're sort of in like the alumni group, and you get access to the Google group and everything. And people bring it up a lot as far as like, oh, I'm like thinking about going with this publisher, guys. What do you think? And at least in that section of people, I think most people feel really reluctant about signing away a portion of your potential profits to a publisher, unless it's somebody that is like a big giant name. Because if they're a smaller publisher, if they're getting started out, the consensus kind of seems like they're going to be sort of imperfect at this, like you would be. So if you have the ability to do it over time, and if you're not in maybe a giant rush to like recoup whatever money or time you put into your game or your efforts and get back into the black. Most people that I've encountered feel like they want to wait for, you know, it to work out for them, and that way, and also too, like, that way you're not dealing with any, you know, loss of rights potentially. If say your thing blows up and now it's, you know, 30% or 40% owned by a third party, it seems like people kind of get into like the sour grapes mentality when that happens. So even though it may be a little bit more of an uphill struggle early on, it might be in your interest to kind of hold out a little bit, just to see what you can do. And honestly, you know, like, the reason why I'm doing Twitch streaming and doing this stuff is because I'm trying to build a platform out of just like me doing my thing that I could potentially, you know, will benefit, you know, my games, my side stuff. If I have like comics or prints or shirts for sale, would potentially benefit that. Would potentially benefit, you know, projects that I do at work or for, like, you know, somebody down the line. So it's like that whole kind of like open development mentality. So like Devolver is really good. Like if you were an indie and you were going to look for a publisher that would be, you know, the proper fit for an indie title and do them justice, Devolver is super good. That's like one of those things where, you know, you could do some really good work with Devolver, you could do some really good work with Adult Swim Games, and they honestly probably do have the right kind of network established to support you and like help your launch be successful. And also too, they're not necessarily going to respond to your game or the product that you're trying to pitch to them unless they feel like it's going to be a fit. So if you're at like a prototype phase or you have something that is demoable, and if you did want some assistance, you know, in your go around, it wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing, because otherwise then the issue that you run into is you only have, you know, yourself to rely on, or whoever you have wrapped up in your scheme with you. So if you're going to be doing like marketing, if you're going to be doing PR, if you're going to be doing social media or Twitter stuff, it's all on you. But also, that said too, you can hire somebody that specializes in marketing specifically without necessarily going like the full-blown publisher route. So that's kind of why I was asking, like, what are you looking for out of the equation, or what do you need from, you know, a relationship like that? It could be they just need somebody to handle the outreach stuff, and you would, if you looked around, you would find a reputable party to support you in that, I'm sure. But, you know, that if you want it to be good, it's going to cost some money. So but even then too, like if you're bootstrapping and you've got a friend who's interested in it, or a friend that wants to partner with you to it to some degree, and they've got like a little bit of savvy, you know, it's like that old adage of like 1 + 1 = 11. You know, if you have a little bit of support, it could easily be a lot more than what you would be able to do and accomplish solo. So it could be very valuable to team up if you're getting into deep water, you know. ASMR rabbit hole. Chip dust finger bath. Is that your new that sounds like your new stripper name. When Cougar's dancing at the male ballet, the hunk town, watch out for Chip Dust Finger Bath and his late night ASMR stage show. Ideas, yeah. Space Mars is going down a spiraling journey of self-exploration. This is good, man. Where was Kablasto says, where did I learn my coloring skills? I don't know, man. Just doing it for 10 years, 12 years. I don't know when I like first started dicking around with a tablet, but I took some illustration classes at RIT, and I would have liked to have taken more, but I think I figured out a good bit of it on my own. Yeah, I mean, I've been out of school longer than I've been in college, and you know, you learn as you go. You figure this stuff out. Oh shit. Figure it out and try not to cover over the necromancer's fingertips, because it looks gross. So I'm not necessarily picturing a light source on this guy. This is like a bad example of good coloring. For Halloween Forever stuff, the real focus for me is trying not to go overboard with color, because like the actual game sprites have like 2 or 3 colors each. That's it. So I'm really trying to keep it pretty graphic. And I mean, like if you're looking at Pumpkin Man now, I can kind of say, you know, oh, there's like, I mean, the light is like ambiguously kind of top down 3/4 in front of him, but I'm not thinking necessarily here's the sun over here and kind of what's going on. Mostly I'm just kind of pushing values around until it looks good. And even to like his pants are a good example. It's like keeping it graphic, kind of jaggy, just going to be a little more visually interesting for me in this kind of execution. It's almost like, you know, like I've spent so many years doing stuff for screen printing. It's more kind of like setting up color separations in a way. But yeah, I mean, there is like a high, middle, low highlights on a lot of these elements. I think like one thing that is useful too, as far as we can see it here a little bit, as far as like, so there's like the dirt stuff, and there's like highlights and things on like the front plane here, but then like on these sides it's just kind of brown. There isn't too much highlight going on. And I think one thing that you can really get caught up in is, you know, just filling in detail, and you're just kind of going and not really paying attention to what is happening with your surfaces, but like letting just like part of this be brown or dark green. I'm actually gonna even do this right now to reinforce it. It'll help kind of visually code your planes in a sense, so just your volumes look more correct. Yeah, it's this, like these comics are, I'm trying to think, maybe there might be some stuff on these other panel pages. I think it's like there is like some reason to it. Like on this page, you know, you look at the trees that are background elements, and there isn't like, here's just like a big broad splat of green, and then like down in the front, in the foreground, there's like lots of line, lots of detail, lots of crunchy stuff going on. So you put your detail and your like focus colors kind of where you want your eye to go, or you want like the background to recede a little bit, so you don't put as much noise back there. I'm trying to think about color theory stuff. Yeah, I think the Halloween Forever stuff, it's more just about kind of trying to be like, if this was still the game. It's like a bigger, badder version of the game, but still pretty basic as far as what's happening in there. If that makes any sense. There we go. Yeah, I'm not really thinking about color necessarily when I'm starting off in line art, but I am thinking about things like level of detail, and you know, the same kind of thing applies. Like I don't want to toss a ton of bright, crazy, or like a lot of like detail heavy things into stuff that's supposed to be in the distance, otherwise you'll wind up with a vibrating phone. Whoops. Hang on. You'll wind up having your focus in the wrong places. Whoa, why is it so noisy? What happened to my brush? Oh, so crazy. What happened? My brush turned into a crazy brush. Wait, why is it? Transfer build-up, smoothing, shape dynamics. Oh, it dissolved, that's why. I must have pressed something. Get that crazy brush out of here. People tell me to check out Manga Studio all the time, and I would, but I'm a Photoshop guy. It could be. I mean, it could be appropriate. It could be the bee's knees, and I've just been laboring under a delusion. But it's the kind of thing where, like, if I feel comfortable in Photoshop, so I will probably check it out at some point. But I'm not racing to go see it. One thing that I do want to check out sometime is this program called Black Ink. I've seen it for sale on Steam a bunch of times, and it looks pretty interesting, just as far as being, you know, like a cool looking drawing application that might be valuable for doing some unconventional kinds of forms and art and stuff. I don't know. It's hard for me to explain why it's appealing, but I don't think I'm necessarily looking for a tool that is going to like let me do the same process in a different setting better, but something that might like drastically change the way that I draw. Like I get excited about that, but it's like if Manga Studio is just like Photoshop but different. I already have Photoshop, so I don't know if I need to change that up. Yeah, I definitely have heard people like it doing comic stuff, and I'll probably check it out someday, just not today. Oh, right. Make it big, make it green. Does that look like crap? Whoops. Still gotta do the outlines. Oh, a nice golden orange glow. Man, I love this stuff. It's like Pumpkin Man just lit a fart behind him. all the skeletons are burning up. Man, I like all the colors. Why can't I pick them all? They all look good. I'll live with purple blue for a little while. I love it. So spooky. Oh, nuts. Whoops. Exclude that a little bit. Shape. It is and it isn't. Whoops. Let me color pick. Come on, Photoshop, don't be a snot. Don't make me switch to Manga Studio. Photoshop. I'm warning you. Alright. Good, very good. Yeah. That is, yeah. I want to make up, I would love for this to be, this page is definitely like the poster print box art-ish kind of view look. It's still I gotta see how it's gonna go. I'm still talking with some of the guys from Swoleburger Playhouse about having a Halloween Forever cabinet or something there at the bar eventually when it's open or after playable, and doing something with that. And I was imagining this page could be like the cabinet side if we got like some vinyl printed and did like a big old decal or something like that. But it's still just a twinkle in my eyeball. And I think a twinkle in their eyes too, so we have to de-twinklify it. Stop twinkling and start tinkling. What they say. Yeah, Photoshop. Listen up, Photoshop. I'm telling you who's running the show here. Can't crawl back to your Adobe now. You're messing with a real internet hunk, don't you know? The band of hunks got my back. Sparkly stars. It's really easy to make stars just look like a bunch of noise and not actually like an organic star pattern. Alright, so I could probably use more stars eventually, but I'm gonna leave it for now. I mean, I think they just keep getting delayed on a rolling basis, which is understandable. Stuff happens. Gotta wait. Stuff happens again. Gotta wait again. They'll be open when they open, and that's okay. I'm stoked for them to be open because I threw some money at their Kickstarter and we've got passes to go to their kickoff party. So I wanna go party with some games. Oh man, Necromancer might need to be a little darker on his sash. Pumpkin Man needs the contrast. So let's all be patient and wait for the cool bar. We don't need to get antsy. I'm super stoked about it though. Actually, to actually have an arcade in town that I can go to drives me nuts. I'm so stoked. I think everybody's stoked. And it's going to be the kind of thing where everybody's going to have an opinion about it, and everybody's going to want to talk about how it could be done or how it could be done better. But I'm just glad those guys are taking the initiative and doing it at all. It's going to be excellent. Man, I'm really glad I separated some of the line art for the glows to happen. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll put some glow behind Pumpkin Man to make him pop out a little bit. A little bit. Just gotta... Alright, if you ever have a transparent color value and it's got a lot of alpha, just make a ton of duplicates of it until it's opaque. Flatten it, and that's your color. So easy. PS tricks. How to trick your piss. Adobe PS. We're cooking. Yeah, this is definitely the Halloween Forever box art right here. Yeah. Secular moralist knows where it's at. He does. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. So many quarters down the toilet. All because of one fun little bar. Yeah, now we're cooking with vegetable shortening, baby. Yeah, that phrase really needs variation by degrees. Now we're cooking with coconut oil because it has a lower flash point. Am I right, baby? Oh yeah. And now we're cooking with I don't know. Now we're dry frying on a pan because it makes things crisp and nice. X-Men. Is he right or is he right? He's right. Ladies and gentlemen, I think he's right. This is good. Thank you guys for hanging out tonight. This is proving to be a good, decent, a mad decent stream. I think so. If I do say so myself. There's some ASMR for you. Oops, look at that little blue at the bottom trying to sneak into my comic. No way, sir. Blue. Get out of here. Crisp it up. That's cool, dude. Now it's like you're getting into like epic levels of fan fiction on your end, which I think is pretty cool. Pretty lady Christmas ornament. You're gonna have to post that to the gentleman's chat later so I can investigate what you mean. Christmas ornaments. I'm assuming to be super literal. The pretty Christmas ornament lady on the internet. She's real nice. Alright, color in the bones. Really weird. Really boring. It's the hallmark of any good fan fiction. Really weird and really boring. Did you read that Harry Potter fan fiction about the time that Harry and Ron went to the DMV? It was really weird. There's some weird shit going on there. Somebody put some purple pixels in my lines. I'm gonna leave it though. They look nice. The old happy accident. Yeah, can you have a happy accident in a car? I don't know. Bone boys. Bunch of bonies. $9,000 taste buds. Are taste buds one of those things that don't grow back when you when they get destroyed? Taste buds and brain tissue. Wouldn't it be awesome if... Oh, look at this little error I discovered. Wouldn't it be awesome if your taste buds were just brain matter, but it's just on your tongue? You had like little brain noodles and hoses extending down from down through your neck and into your spine and out through your mouth, and that's how people tasted. If like the stem cells were genetically similar. That'd be awesome. Oh, I think we ran out of Perturbator in our playlist. Start fresh. Where is it? Do Dangerous Days. So quiet though, I can't tell if it's playing. Cougar, you're hosting me. My friend. Thank you, my friend. Cougar! Cougar! So yeah, man, I remember hearing there was a tale behind the cougar name. It's not something I would ask you to reveal live on the internet, but it's little tidbits like that which add up to the intrigue. Perhaps someday I shall learn the true tale, the origins of cougar. Knowing is half the battle, so I better be ready. Better be prepared. Oh, shit. Knowing is half the battle. But then the mystery of it is delightful too. I could just dream about it all day. Trying to think what could it mean? What is the rhythm? What is the mystery? Yeah, dude. Don't feel stressed. It's all good. Whoops! Oh, I forgot that the green value of the grass is the same as the green value of Pumpkin Man's pants. That was an oops on my part, but not one that I'm prepared to go back and fix on previous pages. It's come up maybe twice. What a big oops. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to make... So we've got some Office laser tag coming up. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it on Monday. Because the old holiday stuff creeping up on me. Wait a second. Okay. That laser tag. I haven't done laser tag in quite a while. Whoops. I imagine it's gonna be fun. Though knowing me, I would jump into it and get crazy stoked, and then try to do some teenage bullshit that I used to do when I was hanging out at Sports Star 2000 when I was a kid. Even then, I remember being in laser tag and having too much fun and trying to do a flip through a door and just falling on my ass and hitting my face on the laser gun, and then just kind of skulking around for 10 minutes with a bruised face. Oops. I guess I'm not a last action hero. Just a kid trying to do a flip in a laser room. But you get carried away, you get excited. You're surrounded by technology in a smoke machine. You want to do cool stunts. Yeah. So Cougar, I'll only accept the origin story if you say it in an ASMR voice. Otherwise, there's no point. There's no point in telling it. And you'll have to be talking in an ASMR voice, and I'll have to be doing a backflip while firing a laser. Otherwise, there's no point. Why bother? Oh shit. Tain't worth it. Just tain't. Man, I love being down here with the furnace when the furnace turns on. It reminds me of my first like full-time office job, where my office was in the boiler room of the basement, and I had furnace in my closet, and it would always kick on and sound like a dragon in the room. And then I had the loudest color printer, which it ran on wax toner, so it had like crayon chunks that would melt, and there was pigment in those, and it would melt and then like dribble ink or dribble melted crayon all over paper to make a colored print. So I had like this loud dragon of a furnace and this like loud hot shaking printer next to me, and no windows. And it was cool. I mean, I think about it now, and I think like, man, that was awesome. But I do think it was a little bit bleak. Yeah, that sounds great, Devin. Listen to the parkour man tell you how to play your game. Listen to the guy that jumps off Russian apartment buildings. Let him tell you how to play laser tag. Sounds great. Parkour Johnny over here. Parkour Mr. D. That's alright. Everybody's going to want to see a show. Just make sure you don't hurt yourself. Don't succumb to peer pressure. Just because everybody else is jumping off a Russian apartment building doesn't mean that you have to. Just because your friends are trying CrossFit doesn't mean that you have to. Just stay true to yourself. Don't give in to the pressure of peer. Might be done with this page. I don't know. Oh, I have to do color lines on Necromancer. We're not done. But I think he only gets his face with color outlines. And then maybe some lettering too. I don't know. That's the least fun part for me. That's why I always half-ass it. Yeah, I respect dudes that do comic book lettering as their primary thing. it's just when I get to it, I'm like, I wanna be done. I usually rush it. That's alright. I think I've found ways I can do it and be content with what I've got. And have it not look like total dog barf. Whoa. Nobody wants to look like hot dog barf. Just won't feel right. Okay. Eyebrows, hands, face, internal hatching. That's always a little puzzle. Puzzle time. At least one of the benefits of having extra white noise down here with the furnace and whatnot is it's not so super loud and clacky. Yeah, if I ever do make that sound booth in the basement, watch out. This is gonna sound like a bunch of friggin' table tennis going on. It'll be incessant. Incessant tennis. Yeah, man, tennis. We just got a table tennis table at the office. Everybody's going crazy over it. They can barely keep their hands off of it. Think about that. A room full of adults playing table tennis all day. A shame. A fake Christmas tree. Dude, you've been trying to pawn off that Christmas tree for how many weeks? Just put it on Craigslist. Craigslist loves a tree. Think of how many like sad orphans there are right now in town that would just love a Christmas tree. You're denying them that. We'll trade Christmas tree for hunks. Oh. Damn, what is this little purple flag still? I just gotta delete it. Yeah, I screwed it up. Yeah, that's big chunk missing out of the mask now. Oops, oh well. Why do I want a fake Christmas tree when I could green screen an even faker Christmas tree behind me? See, you still haven't sold me on it, man. You've been trying real hard. Does this artificial Christmas tree come with a table tennis attachment? So I could have a Christmas tree table tennis, tiny tree Christmas. That's what I'm looking for. If you can say that 5 times fast, then I'll take your Christmas tree. Rubs the needles. Yeah, is your artificial Christmas tree ASMR compatible? Because if it's not, you know, you're barking up the wrong tree. Yeah, man. Who's gonna make the ASMR Christmas album? We're sitting on a gold mine here. It's obscene. Imagine I really can't, Baby It's Cold Outside, done with 2 people whispering at each other, trying to sound like a little baby. People would eat it up. Would love it. Internet gold. Printing money right now. Why haven't I thought of this earlier? I'm going to retire at 33 thanks to that. Walking in a whispery wonderland. Teebly Tanis. Yeah. Christmas tree, tiny table, tiny Tennis, hosted by Teebly Tanis, the international ASMR superstar. Yeah, that's the thing. Did that did that originate in, I wonder if that originated in English speaking internet culture, or if that is from somewhere else. Some other country is spearheading the ASMR stuff, and all the gringos hopped in and said, "Oh yeah. Ooh yes. That's the sound. That's the sound of 2016 right there." People can't get enough of it. Irresistible. Low baritone whisper. Yeah, man. Just do your Japanese Yakuza voice guy and record a Christmas album doing that, and people would love it. Go into Pete Johnson's room, record some VO, do some Sunday night sessions. My God, it's awesome. We have all of the technology at our fingertips. Stream it on the internet. The time is now. It's go time. Go time in a big way. The ASMR table tennis compilation. Undead eyebrows cooking. So this is cool. If I finish this page up, I'm still feeling good. It's not even 11 o'clock yet. Probably gonna dink around with A-Sprite for a little bit, learn how to use that. We do some off the cuff pixel art animation stuff. It's too bad Blizzjaster isn't here because I wanna animate some frog priests to go in the frog church after his request. Mr. Blizzjaster himself requested a frog to go into Halloween Forever, and then I was thinking about it as I was working on that like spooky church tile set. I was thinking, what if it's just like a frog church? That'd be cool. It's like weird and anarchic and archaic in a way. You just have like a haunted church that's just entirely manned and staffed by frog people. It's got like a good like Innsmouth feel to it. So I'm gonna give it a whack, see how it goes. He's busy Blizzjastin. Man, I love that dude. Gotta be one of my favorite people. Ever controversial, always styling. Cool dude number one. Okay. Hey, my comic. Whoops. Screwed that up. Brighten up all these freckles. And he might need a different highlight color in his eyeball. Oh shit. I can't remember what text I was going to put on this page. I know there's going to be something. Workouts with the boys. He's busy doing some reps with some other hunks. Unknown hunks. Undisclosed. Secret hunks. The hunks only gym. Is his nose dark green like that? Oh, I don't know. Oh, pumpkin. Oh no, never mind, his pupils are black. Well, that's cool. Nice. I think we need some weird energy, too. Call this layer weird energy. Opaque enough there. Whoops. Whoops again. Ooh, oh no. Be too heavy. Maybe transparent. Let's check it out. It's tough. I don't like billions of like subtle effects. It's like I'd rather it be like really loud and decisive. Maybe it's good though. It makes it look like a Hollywood movie. Big necromancer on display. Get a couple skinny lines in the mix. Woohoo. That's looking like a techno game. This isn't about technology, it's about magic. The gathering of magics. Maybe that's fine. Maybe it's good. I don't know. I'll get it mostly done and then probably sleep on it. Doing too much undoing. Just let it sit in there for a minute, cook for the night. Yo, horrible podcast guys. You guys are awesome. We applied to go to PAX East again in the spring. I'm really hoping that we get in so we can meet up and hang out with you dudes. Because if you guys haven't heard about Horrible Podcast, they're like one of the first press crew people to ever pick up any Death State talking about going on, and just really like these guys. So check out, they've got like a good YouTube channel, Twitter accounts and everything. Hang out with Horrible Podcast. These guys are cool. Some of the good ones indeed. And yeah, man, we just I need to put out a press release about it, but we just patched Death State on Friday with maybe like I think we may have like twice as much content now than we did at launch. So I know it's holiday time and it's busy, but if you guys are interested to check that out, it's all in the game now. It's updated. I think we added like 5 new bosses, 3 new worlds on Friday. So the game is feeling very full compared to where it was a couple weeks ago. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Horrible Podcasting crew. I think we owe you guys some t-shirts too. You gotta figure that out. Some cool Death State tees. They're just sitting in the room collecting dust. Dust and mold. That's nice. What an awesome drop-in. Unexpected. Cool internet friends. I gotta seek out their Twitch account too. Make sure I'm following them. Updates I do not want to miss. Yeah. Please accept this plague-covered piece of fabric. 9 out of 10 rats like to take a dump on it. You're gonna love it! No, yeah, the shirts are just sitting in our storage room, probably getting... it's probably not nasty back there. As long as we don't get another crazy office-destroying flood. That said, I think I need to move the shirts upstairs. Because I want them out of that room. See, this is the trouble. You don't have a publisher to take care of your stuff. Is you have to worry about your promotional t-shirts getting covered in mold because they're in the bad room. Oh, that can't be right. That brown color? Come on, eyedropper, don't be a biatch. Oh, I guess it's right. Oh shit. Alright. Yeah, every Death State t-shirt you purchase comes with one free spider and a random assortment of vermin to help get you in the mood. And if you're extra lucky, 1 out of 100 customers will get a complimentary brain-sucking parasite with your order. So, look at this cool page! Oh my gosh, I think it's kind of done. I got so excited I tipped my head back into the bright light. I've got a little piece of paper right here that keeps the bright light out of my face because there's no lampshade on the bright light in the basement. God, I should do some text or else I'm gonna forget. It's so annoying though. Let me just do it. Yeah, keep it real spooky. I think I know what I wanted to type. Boom. Where do we want to put this choice little bit of typography? Yeah, I can't have Halloween stacking on top of itself. It looks weird. So basically what I've been doing for my type in Halloween Forever has just been taking the slab serif type, using it as a guide, and then just tracing it. Because it's as good as any rough lettering that I would do. I've got this frame. I forgot about all these little bits and pieces that I have in here to help me do the comic book lettering. It's a very nice. Probably cover up his toe. It's the least interesting part of the pumpkin guy. Iceberg 335. Thanks, man. You just stumbled into some thrilling ASMR adventures with Pumpkin Man. Cougar, though. That stuff's a slippery slope. Don't make me turn off my stream so I can go see what the hell you guys are talking about. just watch one and you're hooked. That's it. And it's Good Night Charlie. Done for. Deep doo-doo. There we go. Cheater's Guide to Comic Book Lettering. Be like this. Except I give it all like a little. I give it a little bit of hand-rendered flair. Christmas Lady ASMR. Dude, I'm happy we could help connect you with this missing part of your life. You can discuss with Kablasto in detail the merits and detriments of introducing ASMR into your lifestyle. Be right back. Gotta go look up some sweet Christmas Lady videos. You guys are excellent. Your secret's safe here. I won't tell a soul. This is nice though, because now my lettering is all straight and correct looking. ASMR Christmas carols. ASMR Christmas carols. It's so thrilling. I can't even speak the words. I did the slabs at the bottom of the A. Yeah, Mr. Berg ASMR. It's like people whispering at each other, and some people find it delightful and titillating. And you know, it's another one of those strange internet things. People not realizing they have, like, you know, this kind of like niche affectation until they read about it on the internet. Are you listen to while I work out? I'm sorry about that. Ms. Iceberg. Thank you for letting me know, though. That's just one of those cultural default switches that I'm kind of stuck in. But I do appreciate the heads up. Ms. Iceberg. I even did it the other night, too, but I was glad for the heads up. Too. Respect. Gotta do that. Gotta be right by it. The world has gotten more and more sophisticated with pronouns. I think it's a very cool time to be in. I think it's gonna freak some people out, and that's too bad. Because it's just like some simple dignity stuff. Like, how do you want to be called? It's all good. Christmas man. You could have an ASMR video of a Christmas man talking about his baubles in a raspy, baritone-y way. His holiday, his jingling bells. But I think that's the thing about ASMR stuff, is it's not, I think a lot of it isn't even necessarily intended to be explicit, but you just have, I think it's just like the tone and the delivery of it. Whisper baby tiny talks is what gets people going. And even then too, that's cool. If that's your thing, you know, much respect. But it's a thrilling conversation topic for a dude streaming with his pals. So, oh my God, Rashi, how have you gotten away without being Office Santa Claus? I totally understand if that's something that you never want to do, but I feel like, I mean, it's not like you need a carte blanche to, you know, have a drink in the office and party down anyway, among all people. But I feel like that would be, maybe it's just like too good. It's too terribly good to do without causing like a small rift in the space-time continuum. Some pictures on Facebook. Oh man. Oh man. Drunk Santa on ice. Oh, Raushi. What a good dude. Well, look at this dumb little... This is what happens when you have leftover stuff on your layers. I'm like working down here and then I forget. I've got this cute word bubble up here. If I was a necromancer, what would I say? There we go. Delete. It's gone forever. Alright, this is the final page. It looks pretty blastin'. I'm even gonna go ahead and save a JPEG, pretend it's final, forget about it for a couple days. Make it 700 pixels wide, why not? Make it 72 DPI, because it doesn't matter, I'm just OCD about that. And save it. JPS. What the hell is a JPS? JPEG stereo. Is it like a stereoscopic JPEG? I want to know. What is it? I want to know. Yeah, I feel like somebody doing ASMR in person would just be kind of creepy. You know what it reminds me of? Whenever I've read Dune, and they talk about like the Bene Gesserit, I can't even remember what they call it, but like the weird sub-vocalization thing they do to like, you know, bend people's wills and things. It reminds me of that, but, you know, obviously not as like science fiction. Sorry, iTunes, I don't need you. Cool. So last page of Halloween Forever comic is done. Woohoo! That's I've been working on it for a couple weeks. This is a pretty nice capstone on streaming stuff for a bit. What can we do? I'm not tired. Could dink around with some pixel art stuff, or maybe just doodle for a little bit. What do you guys think? What are you interested in seeing for a minute? I don't know anything about Aseprite. I want to futz around with it and learn with it, or I could just draw for a little bit too. That's cool. Depict some grim fantasies. Only if you can see them. Yeah, I feel like that's the point. Yeah, I want to see. You need like the full experience. Staring somebody in the eye while they whisper at you. Take a look at here. Aseprite. New. Size 32. Look at the new sprite. 24 by 24 RGBA index transparent white. What is this? What does it do? Ooh la la. Oh, look at that little hand. That's awesome. It's kind of like a little turkey. Alright. Alright, so this is what I wanted right here. This is like the main reason why I picked up Aseprite was this little animation preview jobber. Which, so apparently, yeah, later, dude. Hang out with Kim. Random doodles. Koirashi Santa doodles. Yeah, let's do that, because I feel like, yeah, I wanna mess up. I wanna mess up in Aseprite in private. Let's do some weird draws, some draw longs. Resolution doesn't matter. What did I call this guy last time? Desktop. Doodles 01. It didn't have a PSD. There we go. Doodles, fun doodles. Let's do it. Spooky techno doodles. I don't know what color I want to use today. I can draw a spooky Santa. Should do red. What if I could draw a cool Roushi caricature from memory? I usually do self-portraits from memory, and those wind up being kind of fun and dumb looking. I don't know if I want to do a friend and potentially make sad. Maybe this will be just like a hybrid, like a pseudo Pete, pseudo Roushi combino. Claus time. I want to do a Santa dinosaur. Oops. Yeah. Keep forgetting to set my background color to something good. Santa Lodon. Yeah, man, he's delivering presents and pain to all the tiny children. Yeah, Devin, you missed when I did live ASMR for everybody. It was pretty great. No, Rashi was telling us stories about how he did a Santa thing on an icicle once, and I finished up the comic, so I wanted to draw something fun. So it's sort of Raushi, Saurus, sort of Santa Lodon. With a little bit of Godzilla juice tossed in. Mostly done streaming, not tired enough to quit, but don't want to start something new. And the comic's done, so anything new I do next is just going to be Halloween Forever stuff. Gotta make some new game stuff. I got my Steam capsule images set up today, which was nice. Went quickly this time around. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Drunk Santa, oh nice. Yeah, the Xantar. This music is still. This is still Perturbator. This is this little album called Dangerous Days. It's real nice. This is almost the ending. I really like it, and it doesn't get flagged on YouTube yet as me being a music bad boy playing content that I do not own the rights to, so I feel inclined to play it more until it does fall into that category, just because it's good tunes, music I can get behind. It's Christmas Eve. A city in flames. Xantar has struck again. Oh yeah, story time. Man. What are people saying? You're saying stuff. Jurassic World was fun. I really liked that movie. There you go. Hotline Miami. That is definitely the connection. I saw some people mentioning on Basecamp, like, these guys were in Hotline Miami. Or not Basecamp, Bandcamp. Because I bought the MP3s off Bandcamp. It's nice, they've got like a pretty decent, like, pay what you want thing with a minimum of $5, I think, for most of their albums. Just flag this. Oh, wait a second. Oh, what a dum-dum. I drew 2 lines on the background. What a fool. What a fool I was. Tell you one thing, these aren't gingerbread men. Oh, don't worry, man. I know not to ask Devin's opinion on pop culture or anything. It's probably going to be child's stories for children. I've learned my lesson. I've learned the ways to properly converse around the likes of you guys. See, that one could just be like a pair of pants. But it's probably more exciting to imagine something grimmer. Child stories for children, right? I feel like that's what he said about most cool, exciting movies of 2015. Are you going to see the kids movie? for the child. I'll go too, but I won't like it. Yeah, no. No, seriously though, I'm definitely in love with I'm blanking on her name. Ms. Howard, Dallas Bryce Howard. She was so very awesome, very cool in Jurassic World. It was a delight. It was a feast. I wonder if what if I think I get some simple fills on this guy. Anybody feel good about it? Whoa, non-contiguous fills. Hold down. Hold on. Simmer down. Gotta get your positive and negative space relationships thinking in gear. I mean, that worked out great. Nice. Later, Iceberg. Thanks for hanging out. I wouldn't. This thing is cool and weird. I wouldn't put my own money onto shirtifying it, but what I might do, what would be nice to do for like this kind of stuff is just toss it onto what's the page? I'll toss it onto my Society 6 account, maybe just for the sake of having it available for somebody, because why not? You know, it's hard to like keep tabs on every little thinger that you make, but if I can just run it through their pipes, why not, man? This is super dumb though. I'm not sure how much longer I'll keep working on it, but it's fun. Probably gonna call it quits in 10 or 20 or so. Whoa. Yeah, I'm not sure if this was actually going to be a shirt too. I don't know if I would do the full city burning thing, or maybe it would work better as like an isolated image. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Hard to know. Look, you even have battle scars. What's up, JT Soccer? JT. What's up, JT Soccer? How's it going? We've all just been hanging out waiting for you to show up, man. Or lady. I'm learning not to prejudge. Who could you be? I don't know. Anybody. Any nice person. Are you on the naughty list or the nice list? Yeah, the most of the serious stuff that I was working on tonight is done, so we're just dinking around, having some Photoshop fun, drawing my friend Raushi as a giant Godzilla Santa killer, smashing the gingerbreads, all the gingerbread babies suffering an untimely demise. Just doodling, having fun. Same color. Oops. You don't want to be on the naughty list when Santosaurus rolls into town. It's really gonna ruin your day. Yeah, man, this stuff is fun. It's not like anywhere near anything kind of serious or like the kind of stuff that I'll typically work on, but there's something nice about sitting down and just drawing anything for a minute. That's what I lose in working on like a lot of projects that are really kind of serious, or just, you know, working on things that are like a little more developed, or having things I have to spend more time on, like longer term projects. I lose like the weirdo fun doodle time like this. And I typically never do warm-ups too. I just like sit down and start working. But this is nice too. Forget about all the little moments. His hat red. Yeah, man. Later, dude. His hat is already. His whole body is red, so I don't know. Let me see what I can do. Let me do a couple more colors on him. And we'll call it a night. Everybody's dropping like flies. I gotta go sleeps. got so many hunks in my chat. Oh my gosh. Makes me happy. Whoops. You guys are still at the office? Kruger. Oh, damn. Next time I want to draw Cougar as Freddy Krueger. That's good, man. You keep me young. Thanks for that. Sick. You guys go home. It's too late. Why are you still at the office? You could be sitting in your home staring at the internet. Think about, I don't know, think about, yeah, get out of there, man. Why? Didn't want to be there that late. There, his hat is a different tone of red. Maybe have a little blush on his cheeks. Because even though he's a giant murdering Mansaurus, he still gets a little rosy from time to time. Can't help it. Alright, I'm just gonna make this a little bit taller. Make some room for a little signature. What's going on? Oh, lock transparent pixels. You get me every time. Yeah, we need the ASMR book on tape car radio. Save this. Sign it. Thank goodness for digital. I love this stuff. Moving layers around. There we go. That's cute, man. That's like my Christmas card to Space Mars. My pal. Ah, except... my hand was not as heavy. Lettering over here. Gotta chunk it up. Chunk it up. Chunk it up. Boom. Yeah, man. I'll post this on the Twitter or something. Maybe make a cool mouse pad, like a coffee mug, little bedspread. That'd be fun. Have you seen like some of the dumb stuff you can make on Society 6? You can make like clocks. That'd be cool. All right, everybody, ladies and ghouls. I think it has been a good night. Oh, real quick, I want to show Jay Tizzle what I was working on. I'll show him the comic. Oh, damn it. I can show you what you missed, JT. J Toozle. Or maybe you were lurking before, you just weren't talking. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to pull it up again just because it came out nice. Load. Here's the finished product. Last page of Halloween Forever comic. I'm going to try hard to not forget to post it. I keep finishing the pages and forgetting to post them. But this will be at imaginarymonsters.com probably on Saturday. I'm probably going to post the other page that was late up before Saturday too. And you too can become the true king of Halloween in Halloween Forever. So keep that in mind. And yeah, then we drew this dumb thing. It's really fun. Hope you guys have a good night. I'm gonna try. I don't know if I'm gonna stream on Monday, because if I was gonna do that laser tag party, that would be happening then. Unless I just streamed later. I don't know what time anything's happening. I would like to stream Monday, or I would like to stream one more time before the holidays, because I'm not going to be around my computer on Wednesday because of holiday stuff. So, but yeah, we'll see you guys again. Have a good night to all my in-person human friends, and if you're a virtual friend on the internet, have a good night. This was fun. See you guys later. Let me do the... I should have done this. Switch to that. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging.